Guys, welcome to my second placement match in HOTS, and I don't know what I'm doing, so, everyone has their, beginnings. Of course, I played this game before, but, so we're gonna go with my view, and we're gonna go with the production tab, because that's the most, I don't know, what do you call it? The most informative. There we go. But anyway, I played this game for a while. I played the original, of course, Brew War, but that was only for kicks because I was a little kid and I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I started playing Wings of Liberty competitively, laddering, all that kind of stuff. Let's get rid of this shit. This is how you can tell I am a noob. I don't know how to make this default because I don't want to spoil you guys and make you guys leave because it's like a 22-minute match. But anyway, okay, let's continue on with my view here. So let's put up my mouse here. Can we? I guess we can't. We can't see the mouse in the replay. They didn't implement that. So what the hell was I talking about? Anyway, we're gonna put the mouse here, and we're gonna. Maybe I should just hide the mouse in the fraps. Anywho, okay, what am I doing? I'm building a gateway, and let me get through what I was going to say first. So I started playing Wings of Liberty, I don't know, maybe a year ago competitively, and I peaked around gold, and that's when I stopped playing. And of course, I'm starting up again because of HOTS coming out, and HOTS is awesome, and HuskyStarcraft and various other sources helped me get pumped for this game. I am a Protoss player, as you can see. I mean, why am I pointing out the obvious? But I am, as per usual, any Protoss player, I focused on ground units and the death ball mechanic. Basically, I turtle up. Well, I don't turtle up, but I play defensively until I can get a maxed out army. And Protoss's maxed out army generally wins out when it comes to sheer volume when going up against another maxed out army. So that was my plan. But now HOTS came out and completely just changed that, because Protoss, everything new that they got is air. So it's kind of forcing me, not really, but I want to try out the new air units. So it's kind of forcing me to try out the air units. So before this game started, I was in gold prior. I saw this guy being in bronze. Now, as you'll see later, he kind of gave me a little bit of trouble because I am very weak to harassment, which is a really big weakness because harassment is a giant part of this game. And that's exactly what he did. So first, I was a little suspicious that he had only a 4-jump. So I know he was going to go rush me, but I know that he's not going to be able to. See, I'm already fumbling because the whole unconventional, tactics generally work on me. If you want to go the death ball route, I'll probably win because I've been doing that since day one. But anyway, so I've been. This is where I select one probe at a time with F1 because I forgot to shift F1. Apparently, I forgot that selects all idle workers. So, I'm already burning time here. But before, like I wanted to say, before the match started, you can kind of tell, I sometimes forget, what league your opponent is in. And you can tell by the frame their avatar is in. And based on the color. So this guy was a bronze leaguer, but I've learned the hard way never to underestimate your foe. Now, when you're up against a bronze league, you can't help, even if you try to catch yourself, you can't help but to underestimate a little bit, and that's kind of what I did. But I was kind of scrambling at this point because I was missing pylons and crap because of the whole killing that one probe just threw me for a loop. So I was kind of on my guard here the entire time. So that helped me a little bit to not underestimate this guy. So right now I saw the cannons, and yeah, that's pretty much I can't go there yet. I can't go there yet. So at this point I'm thinking, I'm a more experienced player than him. At least that was my mindset. So I was underestimating him. But I'm just gonna macro up, and if he's gonna turtle with cannons and waste money on cannons, then go ahead. Then I've already won. So right now, I'm doing the best I can to scout, and my scouting's terrible. I can definitely improve. That's one of my main areas to improve. But anyway, another foreign concept in HOTS is the fact that the mothership core is a huge tool in the Protoss arsenal in the beginning of the game. Prior to this, you only had, you know, stalkers and maybe you can force field a ramp, but prior to this, Protoss was generally weak in the early game because of the fact that everything costed so much, and you know, it's hard to accumulate an army quicker than, you know, some of the other races with reactors of Terran and, you know, the egg mechanic, the larvae mechanic of Zerg. So right now we have a great unit that we can get out as soon as we get our cyber core out for, I believe, 100 mineral and 100 gas to get out that mothership core. It can be used defensively, it can be used offensively, yada yada yada. It can use to be harassed, and of course the point is, I forgot it existed in this game until maybe like late game, which it's not as useful. I mean, still useful. Excuse me, because it can teleport your shit, it can time warp, or you can use it to I don't know, yeah, make a actual mothership with it. So right now, you know, I'm just trying to catch up, and I don't know, I'm actively scouting with one probe, and you know, that's okay. You know, my scouting definitely can be better, considering this map is fucking huge. It's a new map, and so I'm not familiar with it, but it's so big. It's so big. You know, I'm a little paranoid by the fact that if he's turtling, he might be hiding a base somewhere. So I'm just constantly going back and forth with this probe here, trying to, you know, catch a base so that he doesn't one-up me. So at this point, you know, I'm expecting him to kind of turtle and just maybe in like 20 minutes send like a crappy army at me. But as you'll see later, he does something else, and that throws me for another loop, which I don't know, make this game more exciting, I guess. You know, if I'm gonna be going like up against a bronze leaguer, you know, it might as well have some sort of catch to it, some sort of I don't know, twist to it. So right now I'm just gonna go actually right here. So my mindset was, if he's gonna turtle, I'm gonna slowly macro up with my army, and I'm also gonna try to harass him with oracles. Now, you know, my stuff is a little late. Again, he threw me for a loop in the beginning, and that's all it takes to fuck me up. And I'm a terrible player, but, you know, I'm in gold, which says that I'm not a beginner, but I still suck, you know. So I might be in silver and hots, who knows? We'll see after this placement match. Now I'm going to be posting most of my games. My first placement match was 15 seconds because it amounted to me building a probe, saying good luck, have fun, and then my opponent quitting out. So I'm not going to upload that, but I'm going to, by example, I'm going to put a link to HuskyStarcraft. Not that you don't know Husky. If you play StarCraft, everyone knows Husky. He's doing something really brave, which is it doesn't matter what kind of shitty game he has. He will post every single game to analyze for his own sake, for replays, and to I don't know, showcase it so that he gets less ladder anxiety. Sorry for the stuttering. I don't know. My brain went into stuttering mode for a second, but anyway, so I'm gonna be doing the same, you know, as he's an inspiration. So basically, I'm gonna be able to, and if you see I'm floating shit or I'm doing, just don't even bother. I'm aware of all these things. You know, I'm trying the best I can to mitigate my my mistakes. But yeah, I'm going to be uploading almost every single game. Now, when I say game, I mean an actual game, not 15 seconds and then somebody quitting out. So, you know, I get my first Oracle and other stuff is coming out. So, okay, I got my second Oracle. So right now, I am not comfortable because I'm kind of in the dark because, again, this map is so big. It's so big. I'm a little scared. Okay, so another Oracle came out, so I'm like, okay, let's go harass. This is, you know, all those Mutalisks deaths that I have, now I can finally repay them whenever I play a Zerg. Because, whoa, what's that? I saw something. Oracles. So this guy is already one-upping me. So I'm like, okay, shit, I see your stuff. And yeah, you're not getting any of my probes. But anyway, if I hadn't seen that, it would have been pretty disastrous. So I don't know why he went to my main base instead of my natural, which is kind of it's a big mistake. And right here, if you see 4 stalkers, you get the fuck out with your oracles, okay? And I sent my oracle over here because I thought it can attack air. That's cute. But anyway, so I take care of that. but I'm still a little scared because I don't think, did I build a forge? But anyway, if I did build a forge, I must have forgotten cannons existed. At this point, I should have just dropped down a few cannons because I am floating a, you know, a pretty good amount of what do you call those things? Minerals. So right here, I'm going to return a favor. So I'm going to be sending my army over and sending my oracles for a, you know, a double-edged attack in which I attack his front door, and while he's distracted, I'm going to be able to kill his probes. So I have 4 oracles. That's more than enough to, you know, devastate a mineral line. So at this point, you know, they're just forming up. And right here, this is where I stopped taking control of my main army, which is a huge mistake because of the choke point at the ram. But I'm not, you know, I'm not that skilled yet, so whatever. I don't give a shit. And all my stuff is stuck. It's like fucking, you know, 8 a.m. traffic, you know, going to work and shit. So right now, for some reason, I have a lot of units. I guess the Zealots didn't do that much, but he didn't seem like he had a lot of, oh yeah, I guess so. All of his Void Rays spawned right there. And I don't know, my army just kind of got melted into nothingness. But the damage was done, and I'm gonna have the economy and the, what do you call those things? Shit, what's the terminology? Warp gates. What are they called? The building points? I'm so bad. But anyway, I have enough of that to resupply my army, and I know he's only on 1 base, so, you know, I'm not that worried. But the fact that my entire army was decimated was definitely a mistake. But it's good to know that at this point I made a mental... Actually, I didn't have enough warp gates. I had only 4, but who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm bad. I'm not gonna... Okay, I'm gonna be perpetually saying that just because I am very self-conscious of my skills in StarCraft, which is good. But, you know, you have to be able to gauge your own abilities, and you know, you can't be like, oh, I am the best and no one can beat me. Okay, so right here he's counter-attacking right here, and good thing I escaped pretty good with most of my probes intact. Let's take a look at how many probes died, units lost. That doesn't help me. Okay, let's go noob style. So anyway, I take care of this with my Void Rays and Stalkers, but let's look at units lost. Okay, you know what? We'll figure it out post-game because I can't deal with this anymore. Anyway, so not a lot of, as you can see, all those workers streaming onto the mineral line, you know, and I'm sending them the gas, which you should. Sometimes I forget to send them the gas after harassment, and it's just like GG after that because I can't build anything. You know, in late game, everything needs gas. So I take care of that counterattack, and at this point, I think I know I'm gonna win because that was scary with the Void Race, but he didn't retreat when he should have. And look at that probe getting pushed. But he didn't retreat, and his Void Ray army seemed like all he had. I mean, that was just a hunch. And basically, I am gonna go for the kill right here because this game is going on for far too long for my liking. You know, it should have ended a long time ago. Our gap in skill was just too great. If I prolong the game, then he's gonna be able to what do you call it? He's gonna be able to. Let's just look at our units at this point. So he has 11 zealots, and I have 14. I have 14 stalkers and 1 void ray and 5 oracles. Yeah, he has 2 probes. Okay, that's fucked up. Okay, he can't win. Anyway, I was gonna say, you know, if I prolong this game any further, then he's gonna be able to, because my macro stops at about 3 bases. If I go to 4 bases, I can't even use that much money. You know, I'm not at that level yet. So if I prolong it anymore, I'm just gonna start floating money as I am right now. You know, 1,000 resources. What the fuck? And the fact that the more time has passed, the more likely he can do some random ass tactic and kill me. You know, unconventional guerrilla tactic. You know, so I have to kill him now because it's just it's done. This game is done. You know, if I had seen his unit count, I wouldn't have even worried about guerrilla tactics because he literally has nothing. So he went for the zealot route after all his void rays died, which kind of tells me that I guess after his void ray died, he kind of panicked because he's like, okay, maybe he's gonna counterattack. I need to build something. So WZ, and that's what he did. So at this point, you know, there's really no need for that big of an army. I guess he does have defender's advantage with his stupid-ass photon cannons, which beginners tend to build a lot of static defenses, you know, for... I don't know, because they're cool or something. You know, Zerg, I understand the spine crawlers if you're going for a 3 bases, that kind of play. But you don't need that many cannons, considering they cost way too much, and they're just far too big of an investment for you to have lying around if, you know, nothing's going on. So at this point, okay, I have enough zealots, and I have random pylons in the middle of the map because I was supply blocked in, so I'm gonna build it there. You know, shut the fuck up. And he doesn't even have warp gates yet. I just noticed that. I should have noticed in the game. So at this point, I'm gonna kill the rest of his pathetic worker line, and I'm gonna go for the kill. And yeah, GG. At this point, I think you can already tell what's going on. So let's look at units lost again. So it's about even, which is kind of sad. And he goes GG right here. So he's a pretty good player, and a pretty good manner player. And he showed a lot of guts for a bronze player. Though he didn't know my whatchamacallit, league. So that was kind of you know, one-sided in terms of that. But that was my first match, and I'm gonna be uploading matches as long as they're not, you know, 15 seconds or something retarded. You know. And that's really subjective, but, you know, I'm going to go along with that rule. And I hope you guys enjoy that match. You know, when you see pros play all the time and, you know, White Rub, blah, 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 you know, I say White Rub because White Rub is my favorite player. You know, you see all these pros and you see all these, you know, Master League people and the Grandmasters that you never get to see shitty players play. And I'm glad to hopefully fill a niche. And again, it's a good game, and I'll see you guys later. I realized that I know I stole this from Husky, but I've been using this for a while now in my Pokemon Let's Plays, and basically I'm stuck with it. So, I don't know, deal with it, or unsubscribe. I prefer the latter, but, you know, you have your own free will, so you can do whatever you want. Again, see you guys later.